Captain Elias Varn opened his eyes to a soft, ambient glow that wasn't the harsh fluorescent lights of his ship's medbay. The air hummed with warmth and the faint scent of alien herbs, a smell he could not immediately identify but somehow found soothing. For a moment he froze, trying to recall what had happened. The last thing he remembered was the chaos of the skirmish on Rilo 7, a routine reconnaissance mission gone horribly wrong. His shuttle had been hit by a plasma volley, forcing an emergency landing on the planet's barren northern plateau. And now, he was here, awake in a strange chamber and not alone. She was sitting quietly at the edge of the bed, her three-fingered hands folded neatly on her lap. Her skin shimmered with a soft opalescent hue that seemed to shift with the ambient light. Her large eyes, dark and reflective, held a serenity he had rarely seen in humans or aliens. A single, gentle smile curved her lips as she spoke in a voice that was melodious yet precise. "You spoke in your sleep," she said. Elias blinked, startled. "I did?" His voice was hoarse, rusty from disuse. What did I say?" She tilted her head slightly, a gesture that seemed to ripple through her glowing skin. "Nothing dangerous. Only fragments of memory, fear, and a desire for companionship." Companionship. The word struck him as strange, almost alien in its own right. But there was comfort in it too, especially in the way it was spoken. Not as a question or command, but as an observation. Elias tried to sit up, wincing as his body protested. His left arm ached as if he had run a marathon while carrying lead weights, and his ribs felt bruised. The last shuttle crash replayed in flashes of pain across his mind. She rose effortlessly, moving closer with a grace that made his heart skip. "Relax," she said. "You are healing faster than your body expects. Your neural pathways are regenerating. The shrapnel lodged near your spine has been neutralized by my treatments. You may feel some residual discomfort, but it will pass." He watched her, mesmerized. This was not a human nurse, though she was called one by the colonists of Rilo 7, but a species known as the Solari. Legendary among the Interstellar Medical Corps for their unparalleled ability to stabilize critically injured personnel, they were rarely seen by outsiders, let alone in civilian territories. Elias had read their file during flight school. The Solari were often called the caretakers of the galaxy, a title earned not just through skill but through the empathy that saturated every action they took. "You're one of them," he said slowly. A Solari nurse. Why are you here?" She smiled again, a gesture that seemed to brighten the chamber. "Because you were found alive, and because I am assigned to ensure that life continues for those who fight to protect it. You humans, your species has a tendency to be reckless yet resilient. It is both frustrating and fascinating." Elias coughed, trying to suppress a laugh. "Frustrating and fascinating. Sounds like a galactic review I don't want to read." Her laughter was soft, like chimes in a gentle breeze. "Perhaps, but it is accurate." He closed his eyes briefly, letting the soothing sounds and her presence ease the tension in his body. For the first time in hours, or maybe days, he allowed himself to feel safe. His memory was still fragmented. He remembered the ambush, the shuttle's hull twisting under fire, and the searing pain as he was thrown against the console. Beyond that, everything was a blur. "You were talking," she said, moving to a small console and activating a device that projected a soft holographic display above it. Symbols danced in the air, colors shifting like liquid rainbows. "Your dreams are telling me about your human habits. They are unique." Elias squinted at the display. "You guys can read dreams?" "Not exactly," she corrected. "But your subconscious thoughts, when combined with the neural readings from your sleep cycle, reveal tendencies, fears, and patterns. It is an art as much as a science. And you, Captain Elias Varn, have a mind both brilliant and dangerous." He felt a shiver run down his spine. "Dangerous, how so?" "The human instinct for improvisation is remarkable," she said, returning to sit beside him. "You act against logic sometimes, but it works. Most species cannot comprehend it. It makes you valuable, and sometimes reckless despite the pain." Elias chuckled. "I've been called worse by my commanding officer." "Indeed," she murmured. Then her gaze softened. "Your heart rate increased in your sleep when you spoke of loss, of failing your team. Do not carry that burden alone. It is heavy, even for humans." Elias's throat tightened. He had lost crew members, friends, companions who had trusted him to lead them safely. And yet here was this alien being sitting quietly, noticing what he could not admit even to himself. "Why do you care?" he asked quietly. "I am designed to care," she said simply, "but also because you speak in your sleep of loyalty, courage, and hope. Traits rare yet potent. I admire them. You humans are difficult to categorize, and I enjoy understanding you." Elias laughed softly, a real, unrestrained laugh that made his body ache less. "I suppose that's a compliment coming from a Solari." She tilted her head again. "It is also a warning. Your species' fascination with war could lead to destruction, but also to unity. You could either annihilate yourselves, or unite to protect life across the stars. It is a fascinating duality." Hours passed. She stayed by his side, tending to his wounds with gentle hands, her touch almost hypnotic in its calm efficiency. Every now and then she would glance at the neural readings, adjusting small treatments or murmuring softly in a language Elias could not comprehend. Yet her presence alone was healing. When he finally attempted to rise, she placed a hand on his shoulder. "Not yet," she said. "Your body is capable, but your mind must be ready. Trauma resides not just in flesh, Captain. You carry the weight of memory. Rest will allow clarity," and so he rested. For the first time, he realized that being rescued did not only mean surviving physically, it meant surviving mentally, emotionally. The Solari nurse, with her luminous eyes and quiet smile, embodied that principle. She was a bridge between life and death, chaos and calm. As the sun, or whatever celestial body illuminated the chamber, shifted across the sky outside, Elias found himself speaking again in sleep, murmuring confessions he could not voice awake. She listened, softly noting every syllable, every nuance. When he awoke once more hours later, he felt stronger, not just in body but in spirit. And there she was, sitting as if no time had passed, her serene smile unchanged. "You spoke again," she said, her voice gentle, "and this time I heard hope." Elias realized he was smiling too. Perhaps this was the strangest mission he had ever been on, stranded on a world that seemed hostile yet welcoming, in the presence of a being he barely understood. Yet in that moment he also realized something profoundly human. Even amidst the stars, even after near-death, connection mattered. And sometimes it came in forms that defied expectation, even species. "Thank you," he whispered, more for himself than for her. She inclined her head. "No thanks required. Continue to dream, Captain. Continue to fight, to hope, to live. The galaxy needs both your resilience and your imagination." And in that quiet, unassuming chamber, with alien light painting soft shadows across the walls, Captain Elias Varn understood what it truly meant to awaken, not just from sleep, but from fear, doubt, and the loneliness of space. Beside him, the Solari nurse smiled, a silent promise that he would not face the galaxy alone. Somewhere beyond the horizon, stars waited. Wars waited. Friends and foes alike waited. But for the first time since Relo 7, Elias felt ready. Ready to survive, to lead, and perhaps to truly live. Because sometimes, even in the vast emptiness of space, the smallest gestures, like a smile from an alien nurse, could change the fate of one human, and perhaps the fate of many worlds.